All right. Alrighty. It's been a while, huh, guys? It's been a while. Well, okay, it was Memorial Day weekend, and I did stream on Friday, so all right, it hasn't been that long. It hasn't been that long. Okay, nobody be too upset. It hasn't been that long. Just feels like a while. What's up, guys? What's up, user? You trade meme coins? Nah, these are actual like stocks, bro, not meme coins. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So it's been a few days. I was gonna kind of go over what I've been up to. If you guys haven't been keeping up with the videos, I know like a lot of you guys aren't subscribed yet, or like you only watch the streams. So I figured I'd kind of update you guys on what's been happening. So I've been trying to post more content. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I don't know why TikTok's not recommending it to you guys. I'm gonna be honest. I have zero clue. It tells me that it's like not even making it to the for you page. So like it doesn't even if you follow me for some reason, it's just not showing you guys like any of my stuff. I've been posting daily on TikTok, but it gets like literally no traction just because I don't know why. So I'm also kind of switching over to Instagram and putting all my short form content on Instagram as well, because that seems to be working a little bit better, getting a couple hundred views here and there, better than what I'm getting on TikTok because I'm getting nothing, nothing on TikTok. But anyways, so that's kind of some announcements for those who been following for a little while. Anyways, so today we took a trade today, as you can see. I have it loaded up here. You guys can see it, right? It was a short that got stopped out in profit. Didn't quite hit full TP. Could have probably squeezed out a little bit more if I was paying attention. But so I'll kind of go over the trade for today. So coming into the market today, I expected today to be more of a range bound day. I was kind of thinking like, I don't really see us going anywhere after Monday. If we look at what Monday did, the hour chart, just draw it out from Monday open. Was a pretty decent move, right? So we moved 300 points on Monday on a holiday, no less, right? I mean, it closed early, so in my mind, I expected today to be a bit of a smaller range bound day, right? At least for New York, I didn't expect us to really reach up too high or too low. Again, today was about 300 points again. It's about the same range as yesterday. So when we had gone into we hit all-time highs again. For sure, I knew we were gonna hit the highs. Like all these equal highs, it was very obvious that we were drawing to these highs right here. Uh, you could like last night. I didn't even wait till Tuesday open. Right, I didn't even wait till Monday close. The second Monday had formed these highs, I knew okay, Tuesday's gonna come take out those highs. And then I tried out these little projection tools you guys are always talking about. I know a lot of you guys hype it up, so I was like, you know what? Like, let me kind of try it out. And I can't lie to you guys. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a fluke. Maybe I just got lucky. But I did use that as like an extra confluence when the bodies were kind of not closing above, and I was kind of like, dang, like it's kind of fire though. Hold up, you guys know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, okay. So all I had to do was wait until we swept the highs, which we did. The projection tools kind of told me like, okay, yeah, I guess like, if this is supposed to be the reversal time, but mostly it was the time of the day that aligned with me, right? We were after 10:30, which is uh, the reversal 90-minute cycle with the AM session. So I was like, all right, perfect, perfect time. I just literally waited till we made an inverse, entered off the first fair value gap that it tapped into. So the short looked kind of like this. Stopped at the recent high. You could have saved yourself a couple of ticks from this high, but I just went to the main high. And then all I did was just short in and wait. I wanted it to draw till this low from 930, 34, 35. Because that's my maximum limit I can make on some of these evals. So I was like, all right, I'll just hold it till there. Um, but I did trail my stop. So if we kind of go on the 15-minute here, I put my stop right above this 15-minute fair value gap. I'll show you guys here. Right above here. It was like kind of at the top of the body there, where that white line I just drew is. And then as you can see, that's where it stopped me out. Might have been a little bit above it, right? But same idea, right? Just boom, stop me out right there. For a nice total of, let's see, that was a 1 to 2.85 RR for, what is that, 89 points ish? A little bit less than 89, probably like 87, 88 points. So I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty satisfied with that, um, with how that trade played out. So that was kind of it for today. I don't expect trading the rest of the day to do much. If I'm being honest, it's probably gonna kind of like again be very range bound. It's not gonna do much. It would have been nice, obviously, to hit the full TP, but I realized like that's kind of asking for a lot, isn't it? And here's the main reason why I moved my stop to in profit was if you look at ES, it is vastly different. We've already swept out all the lows, so I'm kind of like whoa, whoa, whoa. If they're very, very divergence, right? Like they're not doing the same thing at all, right? I mean, NQ is all the way up here, Nasdaq's already at the bottom pretty much. So I was kind of like, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's a red flag. So we kind of move our stop into profit there. And then I went to the gym and I just let it run. But yeah, that was the trade for today. Like I said, very, very good trade. We're very happy with this trade. Followed all my rules, obviously. Like we're chilling. I entered, moved my stop to break even. When did I move it after break even? I think after we displaced past this fair value gap, this one right here. Once we made this one into an inverse, I was like, all right, we shouldn't really come above much for the rest of the day. So if you go here, right, set my stop to break even there, and then I slowly kind of trailed it at these highs, this high, this high, this high, and then I left, and then I came back, final stop right above these highs, and then stopped me out. So that was kind of when I was like, all right, good enough for me. We're chilling. No need for me to ruin my day trying to catch a short or a long or anything else extra. Oops, sorry. On top of what I just did. So, does anybody have any questions? Anybody got anything they want to talk about? I got in shorts last night and held it until New York AM. Shorts last night. Where did you enter? Because even last night, like, you mean like Asia session? That was a good time to go short. Right off market open. Oh, on gold. Ah, that's why. Yeah, gold is completely different. But yeah, if anyone has any questions, I kind of want to open up the floor a little bit for you guys. Let you guys kind of ask your questions, things you want to talk about. You know, maybe go into more detail on this trade if you guys were interested. What were you saying about 1030-ish market reversal? Oh, yeah. So I was just saying that if you trade quarterly theory, then you know that there's cycles, right? So I'll show you. So there's one it's 90-minute cycles. So every 90 minutes you kind of cut time into slices, I guess you could say. So there's the first one from 6 to 7:30. I'll kind of draw this out for you. 6 to 7:30. Oh, let's color this one white. And then there's one from 7:30 to 9. From 9 to 10:30, and then the final one is from 10:30 to 12. So these cycles make up the AM session. Does that make sense? Like the New York session from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. And so I was just saying, the first session you want to see it not really do much, right? It's called the accumulation period. The second one you want it to manipulate in some form of direction, the opposite of whatever you're trying to do. In this case, I didn't pay too much attention to it because it's not a perfect day. So there are times where you obviously don't care about what it's doing, but all I cared about was that, hey, I think that I guess you could say overextended, or I think we need to move lower. And so all I had to do was wait until 10:30 to 12, which is the time zone where I expect that move to happen. Does that make sense? That's all it really was. And so after 10:30 is when I'm like, all right, we should be, basically the mindset is this: after 10:30, if we're gonna have a reversal, it'll happen in that after 10:30. That's kind of like the way I treat it. Does that make sense for you guys? For all things, there's a lot of cycles. There's even the micro cycle we can get into if you guys really, really want. But basically, the idea with quarterly theory and the times and all the cycles and stuff is it's pretty much if it's gonna do this, it should do it between this hour to this hour, or this time to this time. And I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna gas it up too much, but I definitely think it actually worked out. I mean, that's pretty nice, right? I don't know about you guys. Maybe I'm just hallucinating or looking too deep into it. I'm starting to learn. Where should I start? Just on YouTube. They got some good videos. Kind of like AMD, exactly like AMD actually, Alexander. It's just it's just AMD, but applying it to time, right? AMD is more price action, I would say, right? You don't really look at time zones like the day of the week or the hour or anything like that. This one is the same thing but with time. So you look at it as in time. Confused why NQ rallied higher while ES and YM fell? Divergence. TJR clips. It's divergences. Very, very. Now, I will say it's definitely more atypical. Like, this is still definitely not normal, but it is good because we need manipulation legs, basically. Right? Without divergences, I mean, the market's just, doesn't do much, does it? So I like these moves. The way that we move lower on the other two is really nice. So kind of like AMD, yeah. But yes, yes, yes. Didn't I just have my drawings? Where did they go? Am I tripping? What happened? I just had all my nice drawings for you guys. Oh, I was on the wrong contract. Oops. Okay. When do you think the new week opening gap's getting filled? Honestly, Alexander, I thought it was going to get filled today, if I'm being honest. That's why that's another reason I went short, is I'm like, well, Monday I didn't expect it to do it, but I was like, if there's going to be any day, I expect it to be Tuesday. But I'm going to be honest, it didn't do it, so I was a little bit off there, wasn't I? But, I mean, it's cool. I'm not, like, worried. It'll get filled whenever it needs to get filled. Maybe Wednesday. We could have a Wednesday, move. We do have a bit of an XAMD profile, if you guys know what that is, right? Continuation. Today's, like I said, an accumulation day. Then Wednesday would be manipulation, which would be the move lower. And then Thursday, you can go long. But that's just a theory. That's not like it's not advice, okay, guys? Don't take that as, like, advice. Just letting you guys know my thoughts, what I think might happen. You guys don't need to copy it too much. But yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. When do you know when to buy or sell? Ah, man, that's a hard question to answer. I mean, I could tell you a brief summary, but I don't think it'll mean much. What's one strategy that you would recommend to a beginner? Honestly, I tell you guys this all the time. There is no such thing as a beginner-friendly strategy. There are simpler strategies and there are more complicated strategies, but that's it. There's no like strategy that like, oh, it's not like oh, you should start out with this and then transition to this. I mean, you can. I mean, people do that, but I just always say pick one that makes sense, right? It could be complicated, it could be simple, it could be like, yeah, that makes sense. I understand why that would work, or if it doesn't make sense, don't start with it. But just pick something that sounds interesting and that sounds like it makes sense to you guys. Did you take a trade today? I did, K. This is the short. Can you see it, K? It was a short today. It got stopped out right here in profit. Would have been nice to hit the full TP, but whatever. We're not tripping about it. But yes, yeah, like I said, beginner strategies, like be very careful with those things, like people are just trying to take advantage of you guys. What made me enter? Well, today's supposed to be well, two things. Well, I guess there's a lot of things. First things first, there's S&T at the highs. That's the most obvious one, right? You don't really need to. If I remember correctly, ES did not take this high. Yep. That's the first thing, right off the bat. Like ICT traders, anyone that trades ICT, you should already have noted that today. Is that ES completely failed to take the highs, while NQ, NASDAQ, YM also, Dow Jones also took it. So I would say that's the first thing, right off the bat. Divergence, definitely going to see some sort of move lower. It's in the reversal period. This blue square right here that you see is when it should be reversing, if it was going to reverse. The blue square you can see here. And then what else did I see? Is the inverse. There was a few other things. The microcycle lined up nicely. The new week opening gaps, kind of my draw. I mean, there's just a few things. But the main one is definitely this. Like, right off the bat. Like, I saw this, and I'm like, oh, yeah, we're going short today. Like, there's just no way. Right off the bat. I just downloaded Robinhood and invested into VOO, but I see no gains. Should I keep holding? Well, if you're investing like that, Stephanie, that's a very long-term investment. Yeah, that's not really like day trading is a lot different than long-term investing. Long-term investing, you're not going to see daily profits. It's not like, oh yeah, I made it at $200 today, $300 today, or whatever. It's more of like in the year I gained 10%, 12%, whatever the average is nowadays. You don't have any strategies for someone that is just starting? I have my strategy. I only have one. I don't have like 15 different strategies. I literally have the one. That's it. I wouldn't say it's that beginner friendly, but I wouldn't say it's that complicated. What would be the most complicated way to learn it? Did you just mean that NQ went over the high? Yeah, that's pretty much it, Zoe. So SMT is just like whenever we take a high or a low and the other two don't, or if ES or the Dow Jones don't. That's all it is. It's not very complicated, right? Not every SMT matters, but it's like not every SMT matters, but the good trades have one. Does that make sense? So there are plenty of times where it's like at the lows or at the highs, and I'll be like, I don't care, like it doesn't matter. And then sometimes I'm like, no, this one matters. You just kind of gotta, I don't know, you kind of feel it. That's the best way I can explain it. Best way I can explain it is like, yeah, you just kind of feel it. But yes, that is pretty much what I was looking at this morning. Not a bad trade. I'm not so upset. Yeah, not the only reason Zoe's dad, but it's definitely one of the reasons. There's a few more. I'm gonna break it down on YouTube in depth though, for sure. On the YouTube channel, if you guys are subscribed, in the link in the bio, click the link. There's a, I'll fix the link actually. Just DM me if you want the YouTube, but YouTube's obviously free. Guys can go check it out. I'll upload a really detailed video on exactly like why I took the trade, because I need more people on YouTube. Need some subscribers. Was SMT when ES took London low before the big move valid long call? Oh yeah, definitely. There was valid longs today for sure. I just didn't want to be a part of them, but yeah, you could have made money both sides. How much do you risk on trades on evals? It just depends. 50K, a couple $100 max. I don't want to risk more than like $300 on an eval at once. Some people like to full port it or like hella like put a bunch of risk. I'm not one of those guys. I just trade it normally, like how I normally would. Is TradingView the way to go? There are other platforms, Anthony. I personally think it's fine. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, it's not institutional data." Oh, like da 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 da. I'm like, dude, it's fine. Unless you're trading like the microsecond charts, guys. Like I think TradingView's fine. Unless you're like an institutional trader where you're trading like with a big firm, I think you'll be fine. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you guys are like, quant traders at Citadel or something. But I think most of you guys will be fine off TradingView. Where should I start investing as a beginner? Stephanie, you got to talk to a financial advisor about that. I can tell you what I do, but I can't tell you what to do because that's legally a problem. I took this trade, still learning, so on paper trading. I sold during the consolidation. I think I set my TP up wrong, probably, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. You trade with the cycles from Day. Yeah. I didn't learn from Day, but this is his stuff too. But yeah, it's the same thing he talks about. Same idea. But yeah, I actually never learned from him. I just like recently found out who he actually was. Like, oh yeah, this is apparently the guy who's supposed to have started this idea. But yeah, not a bad day. Not a bad day. But yeah, I was just chilling. Like I said, I just went to the gym after, and then I was done for today. I'm like, all right, we can chill. I want to get one of those rapid accounts for the daily payouts for sure. I definitely want to invest more money into more accounts one of these days. I couldn't wrap my head around it. How is it helping you if you could tell me? Oh, how are the times helping me? Well, it's just the idea, right? Like I'll look at the times, right? I'll just be like, all right, 10:30 to 12, it should reverse if it's going to reverse. It doesn't always mean it's going to reverse, or it doesn't always mean it's going to be a continuation, but it's just a general framework. So what I do is it's ICT concepts first, right? The concept of liquidity, the concept of, you know what I'm saying? Price action, seeking these things out, signatures, I guess, algorithmic, whatever you want to call it. I don't really care about the names. All I do is just add this over it, like certain times we'll do certain things, and then that's all it is. I don't really buy into like the PSP stuff, the SMT fill stuff. I mean, some people like it. I don't. All I look at is the times. How would you know when the market does a reversal? It has to have a lot of good reasonings, if you ask me. Cap. It has to have reasons. Like, why is it going lower? Well, it's because we need to rebalance this fair value gap. We need to take out this low, form a manipulation leg, etc., etc. You into order flow? Nah, I never use order flow, bro. How does one start trading? Like, I've been watching videos, but I don't know. Victoria, you should just download this app. It's called TradingView. It's the best way to get started, like, if you're brand new. This app. It's free. You don't have to pay for the. They have premium subscriptions. You don't have to pay for them. Um, but yeah, you can just start there. Do I use the monthly and weekly cycles as well? What do you mean week? Like weekly, like every week of the month, or I would say I use the weekly, right? The days of the week, but I don't necessarily use like the monthly and the yearly that often because it's just super high time frame, bro. It's gonna be like 6 months before the anything really happens. Trade C better? I've never used Trade C, so I wouldn't know. Have you tried rejection blocks? Not really, actually. I have not really looked into those. I know like that's what's his face's model. Someone out there uses those really well. I don't. I've never used rejection blocks. I never just saw the need to be honest. I'm good enough as is. But if you guys like it, I say go for it. I always tell you guys like there's no such thing as like one strategy is really better than the other. It might be better for you, right? But that's kind of the way I see it. Is like if it works for you guys, just go for it, bro. I like the way I trade. Like I don't mind the way I trade, but I think my way of trading is decent. But like if you guys find success with other stuff, just do that. You don't need to copy anybody else. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was the trade for today. I'm gonna upload a video on it. A video. Make sure you guys are kind of caught up with what I am. I let you guys know in the Discord as well how the trade went, all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm trying to grow the YouTube, so if you guys want to go sub, that'd be awesome. But yes, you guys have any other questions? Who's got questions? You guys got a lot of. I know a lot of you guys got questions. This is usually what I'll just do for like the rest of the stream. Am I profitable? I'd say so. Like I make more money than I spend. That's for sure. Then again, I don't spend much money. I never spend much money on the accounts. Like I don't know how you guys like spend like thousands of dollars on your first like set of accounts. I'm like, dude, I started out slow. One account, then two accounts, then three accounts, right? I mean, that's how I'm taking it. How long it took? A couple years before it really started like locking in. Yeah. You made 600 today across three funded. So 600 times three, or was it 200 times three? Either way, I'd be happy, bro. I don't know about you. I don't know why I wouldn't be mad. Just take the money and go, bro. Either way, even 200 times three, bro. Sheesh. Just go home and take your win. Do you agree that a lot of people say trading? Yeah, of course. That's obvious. Everyone sees everything as a get rich quick scheme. There's no such thing. Like, I just don't think there's really such a thing as get rich quick. Me personally. Definitely not trading. I mean, you can try. Like, you can make money, quote unquote, fast. But, like, consistent fast money is different. Right? Like, anybody can make money fast. I'll say that. Anybody can make money fast. But consistency is kind of the deciding factor for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you make like 10, 20, even 30K, and you've only been doing it for a short amount of time, I'm like, yeah, anybody can be profitable. Like, especially lately. If you see anybody, you know what I'm saying, like lately, say like, oh man, I'm making hella money off this. I'm like, yeah, dude, we're in a bull run. Everybody's making money. Like, you know what I'm saying? We went up 30% in like a month and a half, 2 months. You know what I'm saying? If you weren't profitable then, I'd be concerned. I'd be like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You didn't make any money? You know? So that's kind of the way I see it. Now, if you could say like, yeah, I was making money in this nonsense, then I could say like, yeah, you know what you're doing. You know? That's kind of the way it works. I always know it. Bro, I hate these bots on TikTok, bro. Get out of my stuff. It's so annoying. Like TikTok shadow bans my content because I use like stock footage in the background because they think that's like robotic, but they'll just let these guys just walk around. It's so annoying. TikTok can be very frustrating sometimes. But yeah. See, look, another one. His name's he literally has robot in the name. I'm like, hello. What are you doing? I passed my first eval but didn't understand how to use a funded and blew it. Yeah, it's fine, bro. It is what it is. What are your thoughts on the opening range breakout? I don't personally use it, but I mean, if it works for you, it works for you, you know? I just personally don't use the orb strat. But you never, one thing you guys will never hear from me is me dissing another strategy, you know? That's one thing you won't hear from me, because I'm like, bro, if it works for you, like, go for it, you know? Like, the way I always see people are always like, oh, well, this, and this, and your technicals are this, and this. I'm like, dude, just make your money and go home. Like, a lot of you guys take trading, like, personally, you know? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, oh, I gotta be the best trader. I'm like, you don't gotta be the best trader. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just make your money and go home. That's the way I see it. That's how I treat trading. Like, I just make my money. I post a video for you guys, because duh, like, who doesn't want more money from content? And then I just go. Like, there's just, I don't know about you guys. I don't know about you guys, but that's like my way of doing it. If you guys want to be the best trader ever, you guys can go for it. I'm not looking to be the best trader ever. I'm just like, bro, let me get my money so I can start my own business, do other more fun stuff in life, you know? Trading's really boring. Trading is very, very boring if you ask me. Like, I just sit here, look at some stuff, press a few buttons, and then I go do something else. Literally, that's all I do. That's all trading is. Like, I don't understand why some people are like, "Oh, I want this to be my life." I'm like, "No, it's so boring. There's so many more fun things you could be doing." But that's just me. That's just me. I find it more fun to do the streams where I talk to you guys or like make videos and do video like content stuff than I do actually trading. Like, I would say like I probably spend maybe less than an hour a day on the actual charts, looking and trading and like, you know what I'm saying? All that. Probably only spend like even 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes max, honestly, on some days. And I spend way more time on the videos, and I find the videos way more fun. I want to learn. What questions you got, Alexa? You guys got to ask questions if you guys want to learn, right? Like, if you go to a class, right? If you go to a professor and you're like, I want to learn, they're going to be like, okay, what do you want to learn? Do I only focus on 6 to 12? Usually, K, usually. Sometimes I will look at the PM session, which is from 12 to 18. But it just depends. I asked what you trade on. Oh, sorry. I lose your guys' chat sometimes. I asked what you trade on. It's TradingView. Alexa. Here, I'll type it out one more time for you. What are you specifically looking for when you open the market? That is a great question, Tyler. So Tyler asked, what am I looking for when the market opens? There's a few things that I kind of look at, like right off the bat. And I told you guys, if you guys are new, if you guys didn't already know, for the month of June, so starting June 1st, I'm gonna be doing I guess like a challenge you could say, where I like show you guys from start to finish the whole process, right? Because I only stream typically like, you know, I don't make videos about like the rest of the day. I'll only make videos about like certain parts of the day. But I told you guys for the month of June, I'm telling you guys, um, I'll be showing you guys the full process, like from when I wake up to like when I go to bed type of energy. So if you guys are interested, drop a follow. So I'll start June 1st for the whole month of June, which June 1st is that Monday. So that Monday, you guys will see me. I'll be recording everything. Expect like super detailed like videos, consistent uploads every single day. I'll be uploading for the month of June about all my steps that I do. So you guys can follow along, show your own journey, and not just the technical stuff, because anybody can make a video about an SMT or a divergence or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can make videos on that. I'm also gonna be making videos on like the mindset stuff, right? The psychology stuff, and not just like, oh, I'm gonna meditate and I'm gonna meditate and write down my feet, like deeper stuff. I'm talking like the actual like meat and potatoes of that. You know what I'm saying? Not just like, oh, well, go for a walk. I hate people. Not like I don't hate people who do that, but like I definitely think that that's not very helpful. When I was learning to trade and people were like, just go for a walk, I'm like, dude, this is like the worst advice ever. It does not help at all. So I'm talking about like the actual, like what I actually did to help me. You know what I'm saying? So for June, it's gonna be on the YouTube, so you guys can go subscribe to the YouTube, follow on TikTok. I'll be posting here about it as well. What is that SMT indicator? It's not an indicator. I just drew out the line. Look, it's just a line. Just click SMT. Guys, buy my course. I'm gonna just mute this guy. I don't know why he's selling a course in here. Just post if you're gonna sell a course, just post it yourself, genius. Like, what kind of what kind of idea is that? He's like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna I'm gonna sell my course in a TikTok chat. It's like, bro, just post yourself on TikTok. Going for a walk does help. I mean, it does, but I mean like practical steps, right? Because like I always feel like people when they say that they just say, okay, well just get up and go. That's like, well, it's not that simple. Like I don't want to do that, you know? Like I feel like a lot of you guys struggle with the in between, right? I think he was being sarcastic. Probably. There's always people in here like, even if he was being sarcastic, that's equally stupid. It's like, bro, you don't even know me. For those who do know me, like you guys know, I don't sell a course. You can't pay me for anything. Go on the Discord. You can see there's nothing to be paid for in there. The YouTube, there's no links, no affiliate links. Like, there's literally like, there's no way to pay me anyways. You couldn't if you tried. If you couldn't pay me if you tried. That's the way I see it. Unless you like track me down and like hand me money, then maybe you can pay me that way. Do I paper trade or the real thing? No, I go on. Well, paper trade evals obviously, but like actual fundeds, yeah, it's actual fundeds. My funded future and Lucid are the two that I use. Really good brands. I would love to have an affiliate code with those guys because, like, I could apply for an affiliate for other firms, but I'm like, I don't really use those guys, so why would I promote them? You know, like I would only promote things that I actually believe in. Like the only two firms that I actually like have had a really good experience with, like the payouts are instant and like you know what I'm saying, has been My Funded Futures and Lucid. So until they offer me an affiliate code, I'm not gonna have an affiliate code. I don't know anything about this, but I want to start. Well, just go for it, Alexa. You've seen the app that I showed you, right? This app. Just start here, pick a strategy you like, and then just kind of go for it. I would say like don't try a cookie cutter strategy. What I mean is like maybe don't follow what someone says word for word, right? Like my strategy is heavily influenced by people, right? Obviously, I watch videos too, but you kind of got to make it work for you. You know what I'm saying? Like cookie cutter, like in the sense of like just don't copy someone word for word because it's never really gonna work out. That's the way I see it. So with psychological stuff, what do you do? I have this like process A, which kind of involves a lot of things. But the main thing is that like you have to switch your mindset from an outcome dependent mindset to like a process dependent mindset. Does that make sense? Like that's the biggest thing I notice. A lot of you guys are outcome dependent. So what does outcome dependent mean? It just means like you're like, oh, like I need this to happen so I feel better or so I feel good about myself. Does that make sense? Like your identity and your self-worth stems from your wins, right? That's the biggest issue I notice a lot of you guys struggle with. And a lot of you guys don't even know you struggle with that type of stuff. Does that make sense? So how do you know what times to trade? Because does market open means yeah. I mean, Alexa, futures are open 23 hours a day, but 9:30 is um when the New York bell opens, right? New York opens. How much micros you put it in? I usually just do three. I don't need more than. Well, I mean, I would like to eventually scale up. I started with one micro, then I switched to two, then I'm at three micros, and I'm sticking with three. And then probably the next maybe after the summertime, like once I get back to school, I'll just scale it up to 5 micros. So going from a third first person view to it's not necessarily like a third person because a third person view would be like I guess you could say that right. It's like an outside point of view, but it's all internal where it's like hey like it's basically what it is a lot of you guys want to use trading as a way to like basically boost yourself up your ego and it's not a bad like and not in like a oh I'm gonna flex on everybody. I know a lot of you guys aren't like that, but what it is like you're basically like hey like I feel like less than because I'm not good at trading. Does that make sense? That's like the key thing, right? And for whatever reason, maybe you want to prove your parents wrong. A lot of you guys tell me like, "Oh, I want to retire my parents." A lot of you guys tell me like, "Oh, I want to look good. I want this car. I want this house." And then it's like, "Yeah, that makes sense until you lose." And now you're like, now it's not just that the account is down, it's like all those things you want are in jeopardy. Does that make sense? Like your hopes and dreams are now at risk. That's the way I see it. So, I made a video about that not too long ago. If you guys want to check that out, it's on my YouTube. It's called here. Let me see what it's called. If I go to view channel videos, it's called "Stop Letting Outcomes Control Your Life." That's the only video I uploaded a thumbnail for too. But I'll told you guys June, the whole month of June, I'm gonna be talking about these types of things as well. So definitely feel free to stick around. Right now, I've been posting lately, but I told you guys June, like super consistent. Like it's gonna be every day, twice a day, even maybe. I'm already streaming every day, sometimes twice a day streams. So just follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Keep an eye out for my content. And I will say, I don't know what it is with TikTok. I don't know why TikTok doesn't like me, but they do not push out my stuff. I know I've tested it on other accounts. I posted on other accounts and they get pushed out to the For You page. But for some reason, it just, I don't know why TikTok hates me. So if you guys really like my stuff and you really want to help out, um, and support the channel or support my journey, whatever you want to call it. Just like and share all my TikToks, like the first three that I post, like the first bar. Um, that would really help because again, I genuinely don't know why TikTok's not pushing it out. Like I contacted support and they're like, oh, da, 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 da. I'm like, get out of here. Alrighty, what time frame do I take a trade on? The 1 minute. I'll execute on the 1 minute chart. So I'll like zoom in all the way, but I'll look at everything else first. It's not just the 1 minute. What do I trade in? Like which product or business? This is the NASDAQ 100 index futures. It's measuring the top 100 companies listed on the NASDAQ. That's what I trade. I try to enter off the 5 minute, the 1 minute sometimes, but there's a lot of noise. Yeah. The 1 minute is like, you should not be hanging out in the 1 minute. I'll say that. You should not be spending a lot of time on the, like if you guys ever see me trade live, which I do live stream occasionally, and I also show you guys the recordings. If you watch the YouTube, you guys know on the YouTube I show you guys all like the whole recording, the whole trade. Then you guys know I don't really spend a lot of time on the 1 minute. I'll usually spend a lot of time on the 5 minute, the 15, and I'll kind of be like, all right, like even the hourly 4 hour more than the 1 minute. So I'll be like, all right, what are we doing here? Okay. All right, boom. All right, let's zoom in on the 1 minute. Perfect, done, execute, and then I go back up to like the 5 minute, 15, etc. What's your top-down analysis like? Well, I mean, it's like any other top-down analysis. I'll just look at the daily. Lately, I haven't been looking at the daily much, to be honest, because we're just very bullish, right? Maybe I'll mark out a daily fair value gap or two, but that's pretty much it. We haven't made any lately, so I'm like, whatever, it's cool. So I'm like, I'll go in the 4 hour, same thing, mark out anything that I think looks interesting. Uh, Last week I marked out like this low. If you guys were here last week, I told you guys, all right, I want to see a sweep of the low. I also wanted to see this low get swept, but it didn't, so that's kind of sad. But same idea where it was like, all right, I want us to make a low on manipulation day of the week and then be bullish the rest of the week. Perfect. And then I told you guys this week I wanted to see Monday take the all-time highs because we failed to on Friday. I was like, cool, no problem. And then I wanted to see Tuesday move a bit lower, which it did, but not quite how I wanted to. But and then I'll zoom in again. I'm like, okay, 1 hour. What do we got? Fair value gap, cool. All right, super stacked highs, duh. Like we definitely want to look at those. And then I'll keep zooming in. 15 minutes. Here, let me close all. No, just keep it going. 15 minute. Then I'll look at, okay, what are we doing here? All right, boom. We inverse this. That's nice. Like we've inversed this. That's nice. But we didn't. We respected this wick and this. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it is. You kind of just keep zooming in. You took the same trade. Good stuff, Dario. Good stuff, bro. Bro, I just got a DM right now. Someone just DM me on TikTok trying to for some AI powered platform for trading. Delete. Told you guys, I'm not gonna sell out for you guys. Like literally as I opened my TikTok on my phone, it just popped up. Yeah, I don't do that. No offense. I'm sure your platform is okay or whatever. Do I avoid trades on Monday? I do, K. I do. I usually will avoid trades on Mondays, especially this Monday. I don't know. I don't know if you guys took a trade on Monday, but I was like, no. It closed early. It closed at 1. So I was like, why would you take a trade on a day that's not even a full day? You know, doesn't even make sense. I don't know about you guys, but this is horrible. Like this, this looks like trash. It's just barcode. Probably scan it and you probably get some tomatoes or something. Yeah, this is not ideal. Like the range is just so small. I mean, the whole daily range was 80 points. Like from top to bottom, right? Basically, until yeah, literally until market closed. I'm like, dude, that's small. I mean, 80 points was like my stop in profit. You know, that was like my plan B basically. Like it just doesn't make sense. You trade with kill zones? Yeah, of course. You should always trade with good times a day. All right, you don't want to be trading. I mean, you can trade Asia. I'm not saying like dissing Asia session, but I'm like, if you want a lot of volatility, you probably don't want to trade Asia session. Does that make sense? Let me see who's emailing me. Keep asking your questions, guys. Good stuff. What's with AI everywhere, bro? I don't know about you guys. I'm not a fan of AI like that. Like it's cool, I use it, but like not that much. Some people they just slap the word AI on everything to like seem more fancy or whatever. I'm like, bro, I don't know what you guys are doing. What's my key opens? The only key open I really look at is midnight open. So if I look at where midnight opens, that's where I'll look. I'll draw it out in black. Can you guys see that? There you go. You guys can see that, right? That's the only like opening I look at that's like important to me. You could also do like 9:30 open, 8:30 open. Some people like those things. I mean, you can use them. I'm not like saying don't. I'm just saying me personally, I only look at the midnight open. That was the only thing that I was like, yes, like that's something I'm looking at. Makes sense. But yeah, I'm telling you guys, June, like I'm super hyped for June. I told you guys 30-day challenge or whatever. It's gonna be fun. I also wanted to invite you guys to try it out with me. I don't know if anyone's interested in doing that. If you guys are down, let me know. So it's basically gonna be like, you know, monitoring your trading. I guess you could say like showing how much you improve, doing trading. It's gonna be a whole thing. It's gonna be fun. Which I have to start promoting that because it's already almost June. What's May 26th? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Dang, 5 days. So in 5 days from now, if you guys are new, I'm gonna be recording everything from right when I like literally I'll like right when the chart gets opened all the way until like after, and I'll show you guys kind of like my mental, like how do I keep myself calm, disciplined, right, stable. I'm not like, oh gosh, I need a da 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 da, you know what I'm saying, taking FOMO trades or anything. Live executions, you guys are gonna see all that good stuff. So if you guys are interested, follow for sure because June 1st it's starting. That Monday it's gonna be there. How do you use a trailing stop on TradingView? All you have to do is just drag the stop further and further lower. So for me, right, all I had to do was I had my stop originally at this high, right? Oh, not that high, this high. Stop at the high, right, and TP wherever it was. Oh gosh, there's too many drawings. Sorry, guys, I have to get rid of them. Okay, let's look at this. I don't know why I can hardly see anything. Okay, there you go. So like, let's say like my stop was all the way originally at this high. All you have to do is just drag the order, right? There'll be a line here. You just drag it down and you can drag it wherever you want. So I would just constantly follow these highs, like this high, this high, this high, this high, and just constantly drag it down. Pretty much until it gets stopped out. That's the way I use it. You think we're going to take the high? The all-time highs? Yeah, probably. I'd be a little bit surprised if we didn't, to be honest. I would be a little surprised if we didn't take these highs. Maybe not today. Maybe not today, but eventually. Like, I doubt we just put in the top of the whole, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, but I don't think so. Are daily highs or lows based off the daily time frame or midnight open? Daily time frame, for sure. Midnight open's a little bit different. You done for the day? Yeah, I'm done. I'm not taking any more trades. The only reason I'm still logged in is so you guys can see like the execution arrows, right? You guys see a lot of people like I noticed someone DM'd me the other day or like was making fun of me. They were like, because I was like quote unquote top ticking, right? Where it's like you get the whole range, and they're like, bro, I bet you have like 50 execution arrows, right? Like you just kept failing and trying, and I was like, bro, I don't know about you guys, I don't really do that. Maybe I'll take 2 trades max. If I don't get it after the second trade, like that's it. So I was just logged in to show you guys, like, yeah, we did not take any additional trades. You guys can see 1 arrow, 2 arrows. That's it. The entry and the exit. That's all I did for today. Ooh, I was sleepy, bro. Man, I'm tired. I don't know about you guys. Went to bed late last night. That's what it was. I need a better sleep schedule, especially for summer, bro. Summer's out, bro. I'm so hyped. Told you guys, like, bro, this summer's gonna be crazy. It's already been crazy. Uploading every single day. I'm live every day. It's been fun. Summer's fun. But yeah. What else you guys got? Anyone got any questions? We've been streaming almost an hour already. That's crazy. That's crazy. Over an hour. Almost an hour. What do you guys got for me this Tuesday? Put me on? Bro, the live's on, bro. Ask the questions. I'm putting everybody on. Bro, like I always say it, like not to be like dissing or like you guys or anything, but I feel like low key, I feel like I don't know. Like if I charged, you guys would actually ask questions. I get that type of energy sometimes. Where I'm like, just because I'm doing it for free means like my stuff is less valuable. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys like think I don't got anything to say. You know? What do you guys think? I feel like if I did charge, like I don't want to, like I always tell you guys, I'm not gonna, but that's how I feel sometimes. Where I'm like, dang, like you guys ain't listening, and I bet if I said the same thing, but I charge you $20, like you guys would take it seriously, you know? But it's cool. That's just how it is. How do I get started? You should download this app, bro. You don't have a username, so I'm just gonna say bro. But just download TradingView. It's free. You don't have to pay for the subscriptions. And then I can help you out after that if you'd like. But yeah, start here. This is step 1. Technically, it's step 0. This is step 0. Just download this app. You can do other apps, but I always tell you guys this is just the easiest one. I don't know. What ratio do you use? What do you mean ratio? Like risk to reward ratio? Jiu-jitsu? You saw how Micron went up today? I did not see how Micron went up today. I saw how NASDAQ went up today and went down, but I did not look at Micron specifically. Did it go up a lot or what? I'll check it out for you, bro. Micron. I don't even see it, bro. I don't even know what company that is. But yeah. If you were asking for RR Jiu-Jitsu, here, I'll show you. I'll calculate it right now. The RR for this one was it was right around 01 okay, 1.75. Okay. And then this one was at 8.9. Oh gosh. 8.9. Okay. Stop was exactly at this high. Okay. This today was a 1 to 2.86. Exactly. I was aiming for more, but I just set the stop. Like, that's where I got stopped in profit. If I was smart and I wasn't at the gym, because I was at the gym when I was taking this trade, if I was smart, I would have just took most of it off at this low, but I was not smart, was I? This is why sometimes you probably should check on your trades. If I had noticed that, I definitely would have closed out here instead. But I was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm just going to go do something else. But it's cool. I'm not mad. As much as I hate Trump, he did low-key make 2.8K. Did he speak or what? Did he say something? I didn't know. I didn't notice if he said anything or not. A 1 to 2.86 for today. It's not bad. It's pretty good. Pretty good stuff, if you ask me. Where do I see price going now? Now, for the rest of the day, How much time do we even have left? It's already 2:30. I would assume we don't do too much for the rest of the day. I would assume it's probably going to draw higher towards these highs again, but I'm not sure if it's going to like, I don't know if it's going to spike up or anything crazy. So probably not much, if I had to say anything. All right, I'm up. I know I'm sleepy, but I'm up. Oh, I see, I see. That makes sense, Richie. That makes sense. I see, I see, I see. It went up $200. Hey, 17 to 18 is pretty crazy. What? Johnny Walker going to heavyweight? That's crazy. I just came in. Can you discuss your entry logic today? Sure. So we had an SMT at the highs. Wait, first of all, does anyone here remember? Is anyone here for when I told you guys what my list for entries was? I think it was 5 things. Was anyone here for that? I feel like I don't know if any of you guys were. If not, I'll discuss it right now. Like my 5 things that I'm looking for. It didn't actually tick all 5. I will say that. Spoiler alert. But it ticked most of them. Enough for me to still enter. All right, I'll let you guys know. So time of day. Manipulation leg. It has to have some form of SSMT. Displacement. Forming IFEG. And high time frame PD array. Now the only thing I was missing for today was the high time frame PD array. That's what I would say. That was the only thing really missing. But other than that, it took off 4 out of my 5 requirements. So I said, good enough for me. So if you want me to explain it, Vitaly, kind of explain where I saw each of these things. Which brokers would you say are good all around? Honestly, Jiu-Jitsu, as long as your broker is regulated, it'll be fine, bro. Just do your research. Just search up, is this broker regulated by a governing authority? If it says yeah, then you're probably good, bro. Honestly. Then you can go into the knickknacks of like, oh, 2%, 1%, or whatever nonsense. All right, so time of day. If you guys were here earlier for the stream, you guys know I broke down the time of the day into the quarters, right? Quarterly theory. So I'll break it down one more time. So we had the first 90-minute cycle here. Second, third, and fourth. Right? Okay. I'll kind of color these in nice and colorful for you guys. Green, and we'll tail this one red. All right. So, time of day. I was looking for... Where's my text go? I just lost it. Zoom in a little bit more. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Okay. Here's my list. So time of day, check, right? Because I was looking for a reversal. So I waited until the 90-minute cycle that's basically does the reversal. So check, number 1. Manipulation leg, after we took out all these highs, check. That was manipulation for me. Manipulation just refers to like... It just means that like it has to be after after we already have a move in the opposite direction. So check. Number 2, SSMT, check. We have a SMT between Q1 and Q2 of Monday being Monday's high. Check. Check. That's 3. And then finally, I need some form of inversion. For that one, I just hopped down to the 1 minute and entered on this right at first inversion, but I actually entered right off the normal fair value gap. It kind of tapped into there. Check. And then the only thing I was missing was a higher time frame. Like usually I'll wait for like a 15-minute gap we'll tap into like this. We didn't have anything like that though, so I was like, good enough. Luckily it was a smaller stop loss for today. It was only like 100 ticks, which is like what, 30 points, right? How much was that? Yeah, about a little bit less than 30 points. So about 30 points. So yeah, I was fine with that, not having a 15-minute gap or anything. What the heck? Yo, how did I do that? Did you guys just see that? I can drag your guys' profile pictures into here. Yo! I just did that on accident. Yo! Oh, sorry, not to expose you, bro. Sorry. Did you guys see that? Am I tripping? You guys can see that, right? I could just drag your guys' profile pictures onto my chart. That's so funny. That is so funny. I did that on accident. I like accidentally tapped you guys. Sorry, didn't mean to expose you guys. But yeah, that's funny. Anyways, that was the entry for today. And then I just moved my stop further and further into profit because usually I won't put it that far deep. But for today, right, we're still very bullish. And if we look at what ES did, which I didn't know this at the time, but if we look at ES, it obviously already swept out all these lows. So I was kind of like, let's be a little bit more cautious, which it worked out. It was still like an 80, almost 90 point short. So I was fine with that. But yeah. Is Top Step also good? They're all right. You know, they're not bad. I personally think there's better options out there, but they're not terrible for sure. I just think that lately they haven't made the best decisions. Where can I find the meaning of these abbreviations? You can Google them. They'll probably just have it on some YouTube or something, Jiu-Jitsu. But if you want, I could just make like a little trading dictionary. Maybe I'll do that today. Who's down? Who's down for like a trading dictionary? Where I like explain what all of these actually mean. Make like a Google Doc or something. Upload it so you guys can actually see what I'm yapping about. You know what? Just for you, Jiu-Jitsu, I'll do it. I'll do it today since I got free time today. After I take a nap, then I'll make your little dictionary for you guys. Do I use PSP for your trading? If you trade quarterly theory, could I explain it? I don't actually, but I think the idea is basically right, if I remember correctly. It's like when you have the same exact candle, but it closes differently, right? So like, let's say, let's see if I can find an example. I don't really use it, to be honest, but it'd basically be like, oh, well, this candle in NQ closed bullish, but it closed bearish on ES, right? That's kind of, I think, what it means, right? Let me Google it. Precision swing point quarterly theory. Tops and bottoms by yeah. Okay, yeah, I was right. So yeah, it'd basically be like if this candle closed bullish, but on NQ it closed bearish. Same candle, but it closed closed in a different way. You would assume that that's kind of like a divergence, and it's the same thing as an SMT where you'd want to go short or long or whatever afterwards. What do you think about a system that does 60% win rate with 2RR? Sounds good to me. I'd be pretty happy with a system like that. Yeah, no problem, Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, I'll do that for you guys. I'll make a little trading dictionary after I take a nap. Because it's actually pretty early where I'm at. It's only 11 a.m. I'm about to turn 12, so it's not super early. But I wake up early, so that's what it is. Hey, appreciate you, Chrono. Hey, drop a follow, fool, before you leave. For answering your question, drop a follow. It just helps out. For me, it seems low. It seems low. Then you're not doing the math right, you know. You're not doing your math right, bro. That's a lot. That's good money. A 2RR for a 2RR, I think you only need a 33% win rate to be profitable. So that's definitely enough, bro. That's definitely enough. Wait, for a 2RR, right? I think I did the math right. What win rate do you need for a 2RR system trading? Let me Google it for you. I'm not tripping, right? Yeah, 33.4%, right? Yeah. So as long as you have a 40% win rate, you're making money. Yes. Alrighty. I'll start wrapping up the stream for today because I'm getting sleepy and I don't want to like bore you guys with my boring voice. But hey, for those of you who stuck around, if you guys can follow and go check out the YouTube. I'm gonna go upload a video right now before I go take a nap. I'm gonna go in detail exactly why I took this trade, the things that I haven't talked about, the things that I did talk about, right? Everything. So if you guys are interested, go check out the YouTube in about an hour or two because it's gonna be ready then. because I still have to record it. But if anyone has any questions, if not, I will let you guys go. It's about an hour stream. Pretty chill, pretty chill. So if any of you guys have any questions before I go, and then I'll make a trading dictionary too today. Little Google Doc. I'll just start it real quick, and then you guys can review it as well. Sound good? The name of the YouTube? It's 80 Trades Jiu-Jitsu, but if you just click the link in the bio, you can just it'll be there. The little YouTube icon. For 2RR, it's 33. Yeah, if you have a 33% win rate with the 2RR minimum, then you're making money. You're profitable. Makes sense? Blew my account 5 minutes ago. You know what, HM, bro? It happens. Don't beat yourself up about it, honestly. Like, obviously, it feels terrible. I'm not saying, like, be emotionless or anything. But honestly, bro, like, it really does happen. You don't gotta be, too frustrated at yourself. You gotta kind of pick up the pieces and we move on, bro. That's how it is. I know how that feels, bro. I know how that feels. Trust me, I know, guys. Trust me, I know. But yeah. If anyone else doesn't have any questions or anything they want to talk about real quick before I go. Anybody got anything? Going once? Once on the questions, twice on the questions. Paper trade for a day before you buy. Yeah. I'd definitely say, like, just take a break. When you have a strat, scaling is fast. It can be. It can be as slow or fast as you want, What's your favorite stock? I only look at one thing, which is MNQM 2026, which is the Micro Nasdaq Index Futures. So you can just search up Nasdaq Futures. That's what I trade. That's it. Only thing I look at. Alrighty, everybody. I'll let you guys go. Appreciate everybody for being here. Like I said, if you guys can please follow, go watch all my TikToks. I just uploaded like a banger. I'm talking banger 3-part series on trading emotions, trading psychology for those who are interested in it. Banger 3-part series on the TikTok. Just literally click my profile, go check it out. If you guys don't like it, you don't have to like it, but definitely feel free to go check all that stuff out. Because TikTok is not pushing. TikTok is hating. They do not want to see me succeed at all. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I'm not paying for their stupid, premium or whatever nonsense they're trying to sell me. But TikTok is hating on me. So if you guys can, go check out the TikToks I just uploaded for the past few days. When you have a buffer, you can risk up to 2. Yeah. Valerie, if you guys... Oh, also, last second. Valerie asked a good question. If any of you guys want to DM me a question, just DM me. My DMs are open. You don't have to ask. Just shoot your question. Don't just say hi, okay? If you just DM me hi, like, I'm probably not going to see it. Just DM your question, and I'll try my best to get to you guys today. Sound good? I'll check right after the stream. Alrighty, everybody. Take care. Watch my videos, please. Like, share, all that good stuff. Save it, favorite it, whatever. Get TikTok noticing this thing so they don't freaking screw me over anymore. But I'll see you guys later, alright? Alrighty, everybody. Take care. Have a good rest of your day. I'll be posting on the YouTube and TikTok later, so keep an eye out for that. See you guys later. Peace.